Rejoice, Mac gamers, because this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to install RetroArch on your Mac computer with macOS 11 Big Sur and get your favorite retro games up and running. And it all starts right now. Hi, Blaine Locklear here to level up your video game hardware and software through restorations, repairs, mods, product reviews, and other video game content. Do that by subscribing. Let's get RetroArch set up on your Mac. A quick note for Mac users with a new M1 chip. This will almost certainly run under the Rosetta 2 translator. If you run into any issues, hang tight as RetroArch is frequently updated by its wonderful developers. To get RetroArch up and running on your Mac, you'll need to download the disk image file from the RetroArch website. I have it linked for you in the description below. On the RetroArch website, go down to the Download section. In the Download section, you'll see a number of different installations for RetroArch. Scroll down until you see the one with the modern Apple logo. There's actually one for legacy Apple as well. You want this one. Click on the download link to download the disk image file for macOS. In the Downloads folder, double-click on the disk image file to open the disk image. On that disk image, you'll see the RetroArch application. My recommendation to you, although you can put it anywhere you want, is to put it in your Applications folder for neatness sake. Drag the RetroArch application and put it where you want it. In this case, I'm just going to put it right in the Applications folder. That way, when you go to Finder and when you go to Launchpad and other things, you'll be able to see the RetroArch application right there for your convenience. Once you have the application copied off of the disk image, you can eject the disk image and also delete the disk image from your Downloads folder or archive it for safekeeping, whichever you prefer. It's probably better to go get the disk images off the RetroArch website because RetroArch is frequently updated. Let's go ahead and launch RetroArch for the first time. You can launch it from the Applications folder, or in this case, I'm just launching it from Launchpad, and that's exactly why I recommend putting it in the Applications folder. The first time you launch RetroArch, you are almost certain to see this message. To get past this and finish the RetroArch launch for the first time, click on Cancel. From here, go up to the Apple logo in the top left corner of your screen and click on System Settings. From System Settings, click on the icon for Security to launch that module. From inside Security, you'll see an Open Anyway. Click on Open Anyway to open RetroArch. And then when you're prompted, click on Open one more time to continue. This will allow you to launch RetroArch for the first time. You won't see this message anymore moving forward. Go ahead and close out System Settings just to get it out of the way. And I'm going to maximize RetroArch as a window to make it easier to see moving forward. I'm going to be loading a Super Nintendo ROM as part of this demonstration, so I'm going to need to get a Super Nintendo core. Let me show you how to get cores inside RetroArch for Mac. Come down to where it says Online Updater and select it. In this case, I'm just using the mouse and keyboard interface, but you can also configure a controller to work with it as well. Inside this menu, scroll up to Core Downloader and select it. I'm going to be loading a Super Nintendo ROM, so I'm going to need a Super Nintendo core. Scroll down to the system that you're looking for, and in this case, Super Nintendo is listed as a subset of Nintendo. And I'm looking for SNES 9X, the current version, which is right here. Select it with either the mouse or the keyboard to continue. While it's not the most intuitive thing, you actually click on the Space Invader in the top left corner to go back in the menus, unless you're using a controller plugged in or connected by Bluetooth. From here, there are some other key elements to download. The first thing is if you are using RetroArch for more than the first time, you might want to do an update of cores, just to make sure you're using the most up-to-date cores every time you run RetroArch. From here, scroll down to the Update Core Info files and select it. I found that if you skip this step, and if you skip the next step, which is going to be updating the assets, the system won't be able to find your ROMs when you go to search for them. So this is really important stuff. Don't skip over it. Don't gloss over this stuff. You're going to need it. If you're going to use a controller with RetroArch, select Update Controller Profiles. And if you plan to use cheats, select Update Cheats. Hey, no judgments. Then select Update Databases. Then come down to Update Overlays. Come down to Update Slang Shaders and select it. And once that's done, the next step is optional. You can choose to turn on the on-demand thumbnail downloader, and every time you scroll over a game, if it doesn't have the thumbnail there, it'll download it for you. It does take up quite a bit of internet bandwidth, so make sure that you have robust internet available if you elect to use this. Once you've completed all of these, you can click on the Space Invader until you get back to the main menu. RetroArch for some of the emulators and cores requires system BIOS files. Let me show you where to put those in order to be successful with loading up those emulators. In the left navigation menu, come down to Settings and select it. In the right navigation menu, continue to scroll all the way down until you get to Directory. This is where you tell RetroArch where stuff is on your hard drive. Select Directory, and the first one on there is going to be System BIOS. It's already set up here, but let me show you how to get to it, because there is actually a process to go through in order to make sure you navigate to it correctly. What you'll see is this slash, that's actually the root of your storage drive. From here, you'll need to scroll down to where you get to Users. Users is where, like your system name, for example, my system name is Blaine Locklear. Shocker, I know. But go to Users, and then go to your system name. Like here you see Blaine Locklear, that's my system name. Click on that, and then go to where your system BIOS files are stored. In this case, they're in my Documents folder, in a subfolder called ROMs, and a subfolder called System. Then just tell it, use this directory where you have your system BIOS files stored. Then RetroArch will know to look for them there each time. Back to the Space Invader in the left corner, tap on it until you get back to the main menu. Let's go ahead and update and add your games into RetroArch. In this case, they're already stored in that same folder, that subdirectory of Documents and ROMs and then individual systems. Come down to Import Content, and you'll need to tell it where your content is. So we'll need to go into the root, go back to the Users folder, select the Users folder, go into the folder that's your name or whatever your computer name is, then go to the folder with your ROMs in it. And in this case, I'm going to be adding in Super Nintendo ROMs, so I'm going to go into the Super Nintendo folder. And from here, pick Scan This Directory. Depending on the number of ROMs you have in the directory, this can go pretty quickly or it can take quite a bit of time. But with the magic of video editing, this takes virtually no time at all. Once it's done scanning your ROMs, you're ready to start playing games. Click the Space Invader until you get back to the main menu, and in the left navigation, you'll now see a menu item for Super Nintendo. I've already done Intellivision earlier, so that's why you see it there. You can go into the menu for the console that you want from here, and in this case, it's going to be Super Nintendo. Scroll down in left nav to pick your console. Now when you hover over the ROMs, you'll also see the artwork. Remember we turned on the artwork downloader on demand function? That's what this does for you, is you get the box art. And of course, if you're using home internet and you're using a robust Mac, getting this artwork downloaded shouldn't really slow down the user interface experience at all. If you want to search for a game, press S on the keyboard, and then you can type the name of the game in that you're looking for. Let's load up Super Mario World. See how quick and easy this is instead of scrolling through all the game names? One of the benefits of using RetroArch on a PC or Mac as opposed to a console. From here, pick the game you want. I'm picking Super Mario World. Then select Run. It'll ask you what core. Of course, it's going to be SNES 9X. Select that. It'll mark them as being linked together and select Run. It will probably reduce your window size. You can just click on the green button to expand it back out and tuck the mouse cursor away to the side. And you're in. You're ready for some retro gaming. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on great original video game content as it's posted. And check out this video here, shown on screen and linked in the pinned comments and description below. Thanks so much for being here. I always appreciate our time together on YouTube, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.